Yeah, good afternoon, fellow gamers. It is I once again, Sire the Risen, this time with a Monster Hunter video. This is not a tutorial for anybody that's watching this video right now. This is basically my gameplay and my first fight with that guy right there, TOBI KADACHI, the one that looks like a silver metallic type wolf. Of course, you see the monster that he was engaging, which was the Anjahar. That guy right there was another hard guy to fight, but I don't know. I just basically wanted to showcase this gameplay because this guy in particular is a pretty hard monster. I fought dragons and I fought a few other monsters that weren't that hard. I guess not as agile. But yeah, this guy in particular was a headache, but I love fighting him. A lot of people said not to face him solo, but if you watch throughout this gameplay, I do in fact solo him like I solo every other monster in this game. But that's not any type of bragging, but it's just like you can solo monster in this game. It's just about choosing the right weapon and also having the right gear. Like as you can see, I'm wearing the Jaguaris gear, which has absolutely no protection against shock. As far as my understanding, it has no type of shock resistance at all. But uh, if you once you get the movements down, you're able to pretty much figure out the monster exactly what his movements are going to be. At times he was somewhat unpredictable, but for the most part his movements were really predictable, and that's because I fought him before and he made me faint, and I was able to gauge his movements just off that brief encounter, that first encounter. But as you can see, he too falls up under some type of status effect, so I'm able to constantly put bullets into him. I chose this particular gun, which is the bone shooter, but I upgraded it with parts from the Jaguars, and I made it the Jaguars 1. Jaguar something one. Sorry about that. I don't want to offend any Monster Hunter hardcores. But yeah, I know I use Jaguar's parts and a few other things in order to beef this gun up a little bit more. This is not even close to how far you can get it up. This is just like my first or second upgrade to this weapon. I chose this weapon in particular because though I'm like one of those that are really aggressive and like to just get in there and slice and slash, like I said, this animal in particular, well, this monster in particular, you can't really just rush him. Uh, I would say use weapons like you can use a dual blaze if you can stun him enough and be able to get in there and go into demon mode and get your slashes on. You probably would have put him down a lot faster than I did with this weapon in particular. But like I said, if you pay attention to the video, I'm able to put a lot of bullets in him before he is able to respond, and from a relatively well, not relatively, but from a distance that's safe for me. Of course, my Palico is taking the blunt of it because he's constantly hitting the guy. I forgot exactly what I equipped on my Palico, but yeah, but the reason I really wanted to make this video was just to, for people that are still on the fence about this game. Look, I'm just gonna let you know if you're like into like Destiny or you were into Destiny, because a lot of people have fell off that game. But if or like Division, you love that grind, you love that constantly searching for resource in order to upgrade certain gear, or or just looking for certain gear, then you're probably gonna love this game. And for the people that like to get lost in games, like I mean, for like hours, then you're gonna love this game because it will make you forget exactly what you're doing in that moment. You'll be so, excuse my allergies. You'll be so focused on this game that this is all you want to do. Like you'll literally immerse yourself in this world and get lost in it. If you don't have anything that's gonna let you know exactly what time it is, you might happen to go to sleep really late. Like yesterday, I was supposed to go to sleep at a certain time. When I looked at the clock, I had already spent like a good 7 hours on this game straight. The only time I really stopped was just to catch a bite of something to eat. But yeah, it's one of those games that once your mind gets immersed in this game, you're gonna be stuck, and somebody will have to really let you know that it's time to get off. But yeah, that's besides the point. As you can see, like I said, I just wanted to make a video about my fight with this guy because there's a couple of people that say you can't solo him, or but I've seen people solo him. I just chose to use a different weapon than they did, but he can be soloed. It's more. It kind of reminds me of Dark Souls when you fight the boss. The movements, like the dodges, the rollouts to try to get as much damage as you can every time his vulnerability shows, or maybe you see an opportunity when he dodges, when you dodge and he slips by, and then you able to get a couple of hits in. Like I said, I chose this particular weapon because I'm able to hit him from long distance. But in this particular footage, you notice he didn't really give me much breathing room, so I kind of just had to keep running until I was able to get a shot in. And that's basically what you do, like especially with this guy. He was hard. The Anjahar is even, I think, even harder because with that little kickback he does with his leg, and you know uh he rush you out of nowhere, or he gets enraged and then he shoots the fire out his mouth. Like, yeah, different weapons, different monsters, different ways of playing them. A lot of people, any real Monster Hunter fan is gonna tell you straight out that there's no best weapon in this game. It's the best situational weapon in the game. Like, there's monsters that you might need to use this particular weapon in order to not kill them. You can kill them with pretty much any weapon in this game, but it might benefit you a lot more to fight them with a particular weapon. Like with this gun, like I said, it's long range. The other one that's similar to this, I think it's also a bone shooter, or the Blitz 2. That weapon in particular, you can set down like these little charges in the ground, like by pressing zero. You equip the weapon, you press O, and it'll put these little charges in the ground. So when they run over it, it explodes, and then they get damaged. Especially when you're dealing with a monster that likes to rush you, and that's one of the benefits of that gun. And just basically just due to the ammo. Yeah, basically due to the ammo, this particular weapon, you're able to use certain types of weapon that, I mean, certain types of ammo. The other one, you're able to use certain types of ammo, but these are not the only good weapons to use when you're dealing with a monster of this nature. I mean, they got one. It's like what I said. It's not the bow gun, but it's basically a bow and arrow. I don't know exactly the name of it, so I'm not gonna really say it and slay it, and then have people in my commentary box just slaying me. This game in particular, like I'm just gonna let you know, it is not an easy game. You may be able to, the easiest weapons to pick up, but that are not easy to master, but easy to get into, is the dual blades. The insect enclave is not one that's easy to use, especially because committing to different slashing strikes may leave you vulnerable. You got to really know when to get in there. But like with the dual blades, the sword and shield is another good one. This one is another one that's not as hard to pick up, but I mean, as far as sheer damage, you probably want to go with like the long swords and things of that nature. But like I said, this is not a tutorial. This is basically me playing the game and learning how to maneuver in this game. But like I said, it's not a game that's particularly easy. It's easy to get into, but I mean, it's not easy to get all the moves down, but once you get them all down, I just say like this, like, because a lot of people are saying, you got a lot of people that, a few people that say like the best weapons, the best this, the best that, and then you got a Monster Hunter fan that's don't want to hear that, and they're just like, there is no best nothing, and I can see why, because all these weapons that I've used are like really dangerous if you know how to use them, and I've chose to use I used the one that looks like the Daikatana because of course I'm into Japanese lore, I'm into Japanese art, I'm into Japanese everything, I'm into Asian everything, it's so that's why I like to play this. I like to play different JRPGs, I like to play RPGs, but JRPGs in particular, there's a lot of them that have really got my attention because I grew up learning about Asian culture, and especially from my pops, which that's another story entirely. So I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, basically, I'm infatuated with the Asian culture. So, and hopefully I'll be in Japan soon. But, well, hopefully I'll get to go this year. But that's besides the point. yeah, this is like I said, this is the fight with Tobi Kadachi, and it was a good one. And like I said, I chose to use this weapon because it didn't leave me as vulnerable, but it does slow down mobility. But if you know how to dodge and you know how to get out the way, and if you've ever played any type of Dark Soul games, then you know. I set the barrel in the wrong spot. If I could have got it a lot closer to him, if I wouldn't, as long as you don't hit him, you're cool. You don't shoot him, he'll stay asleep, but he's trying to get his rest in order to regenerate his health. But I can't have that. Like, see, I just put the barrel a lot closer. For some reason, the barrels tend to disappear. I've noticed if you take too long, but it don't matter. He's gonna die. But yeah, that's basically it on the video. I'm just gonna allow the rest to play. There's like 6 minutes left of just me dodging and running around and trying to kill him as quick as possible. But know that if you pick up this game, you will have to grind and you will face monsters that will be frustrating. But I've been able to kill monsters on my first go through. I'm way well, I'm a lot further in the game right now, but I'm still building armor, so I chose not to rush through the game. I bought the game when it first came out. I rented it the first day it came out and bought it the next day. Just because I liked it, and I didn't think that I would get so far into this game, but I'm one that likes to grind. I'm one that likes to loot. I'm one that likes to have like the best stuff in the game. So yeah, it will keep you stuck for those who are still on the fence about the game. How I would say try it, rent it. This if you got Redbox where you live, then rent it. If you don't, GameFly, try something where you can get like basically I played the beta, so I got a test drive on it, but I still was unsure about it. I didn't know. I thought it was just gonna be one particular spot, but as I played through and as I played like I said, I rented it. I noticed that there was a broader map to it, like but well, there's more maps. But yeah, like I said, that's basically it. I'm just gonna, I sorry I haven't been uploading videos. Like, I've been a little disenfranchised with uh with YouTube and the whole, and the simple fact that if I would have stuck to just one game, I probably would have had a lot more subscribers. But since I'm a gamer, I like to play all types of games, and I guess that's what's hurting me right now. But I will continue to make videos because I do it for fun, and and I upload basically when I want to. But when I build my fan base, then I'll upload a lot more frequent, and that's basically it. Until then, I'm gonna play the games that I like and continue to take on challenges, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, you enjoy the rest of your evening, your day, your morning. I am Sire the Risen, and this is Monster Hunter, and this is me botting Tobi Kadachi, and I'm out. Late.